Chapter 351. Crazy Killing. During these 3 months, Little Gold had also recovered from his injuries, and he had made great progress. Not only had his cultivation broken through to the 6th level of the outbreeding stage, but the number of redling blood crystals that he had refined had also reached 20. At this moment, Zijin's strength was no longer much worse than Ling Hongblood, and belonged to the top in the battle of invincibility at the outbreeding stage. They had already discussed that after another month's time, they would go out to find Zhuanggang to take revenge, and in the meantime, they would hunt down Ling Hongblood. Outside the Sea of Misty Stars, on a huge treasure ship, 4 tall figures jumped down. "We've arrived at the Misty Star Sea. Let's split up and search for Kangxia. Whoever finds it first, remember to inform the others," Easy proposed. Dao Yi nodded indifferently, then took a step and directly disappeared. Wuxuang's eyes shrunk. He knew that outbreeding stage great perfection powerhouses could instantly move. Dao Yi had instantly moved into the Sea of Misty Stars in one go. However, wasn't he afraid of getting lost in the Sea of Misty Stars? One must know that those strange mists were difficult for even the divine thoughts of a divine separation stage powerhouse to penetrate. Wuxuang looked puzzled. "Let's go. Don't play any tricks. The will of the War Elder is not something we can go against right now." Zhao Wuji coldly glanced at Wuxuang, and also instantly moved in just like Dao Yi. HMPH. Wuxuang knew that Zhao Wuji was warning himself, and at that moment, he coldly snorted and flew into the Sea of Misty Stars. He was very careful, and left marks along the way to ensure that he would not get lost. These 3 guys, only Zhao Wuji is better, counting on them to save Kangxian. I really don't know what the War Elders think, alas. ... Easy sighed, and also entered the Sea of Misty Stars. After they left, from time to time, there were several figures that entered the Sea of Misty Stars. Among these people, there were righteous cultivators as well as devil cultivators. But with no doubt exception, every single one of them was at least at the out-of-body stage Seal King level. In today's Misty Star Sea, one would not dare to enter without the strength of an out-of-body stage Seal King. Amitabha Buddha, Lord Buddha blesses us. We must let the young monk find Kangxia and Zijin first. A bald monk suddenly appeared outside the Sea of Misty Stars. He muttered a few words under his breath and immediately entered the Sea of Misty Stars. If Kangxia was here, he would have recognized that this bald monk was none other than his good brother, Fan Din, whom he had met in the spirit sealing space. Van Din had only rushed to the orthodox battlefield after cultivating to the outbreeding stage the 10,000 Buddhist sect. And as soon as he arrived, he heard that Kangxia was being pursued. And when he finally got the news that Kangxia had escaped into the Sea of Misty Stars, he immediately rushed here. I really miss the years in the spirit sealing space. Kangxia, Little Gold, you must wait for me. Van Din carefully surveyed the surroundings, looking for Kangxia and Little Gold. It was just that the Sea of Misty Stars was grey and murky, and trying to find the 2 in here was undoubtedly like looking for a needle in a haystack. I didn't expect that the Misty Star Sea is indeed, as the rumors say. It's impossible to use divine thoughts in here, so it's hard for other people to find Kangxia and Zijin as well. Seeing the bizarre condition in the Misty Star Sea, Brahma's heart sighed in relief. At least he could be sure that Kangxia and Little Gold were not in danger for the time being. A month later, Kangxia and Little Gold both came out of the gate. Both of them were refreshed and full of excitement. Obviously both were very satisfied with their state. "Brother, 23 red diamond blood crystals is my limit. There's no way to refine them anymore. What about you?" Little Gold looked towards Kangxia, his face full of curiosity. During this month, he knew that Kangxia was very unwilling and was still trying to refine the red diamond blood crystals, not knowing if he had succeeded. 37. I've reached my limit as well, but I feel that it's because my will is too weak. It's not that there's no way to refine it. A trace of excitement flashed in Kang Chon's eyes as he said. Zijin was overjoyed when he heard this. He should know that the further one goes, every time he refines a red diamond blood crystal, his physical body will be strengthened a lot. He was able to feel the strength of Kang Chon's physical body at this moment. I'm afraid it's not much worse than a top-grade treasure. It's a pity that there are still 3 more to go before I can undergo the 4th layer of metamorphosis. Or else, I would be able to break through the 6th layer of the 9 revolutions, Zhuanggong in one fell swoop. Kang Chia had a regretful look on his face, somewhat resigned. At this moment, his physical body was already infinitely close to the upper-grade treasure artifact level. Just a little bit short of a breakthrough. Yet just this little bit was difficult for him. Brother, you're only at the 6th level of the outbreeding stage. Perhaps when your cultivation is stronger, you can refine it again. Little Gold comforted. Kang Chia nodded. He also had this feeling, but cultivation enhancement couldn't be done overnight, especially for him now. Without a few years, it would be impossible to enhance his cultivation by 1 level. Hey, there's someone. Suddenly, Kang Chon's complexion stirred, and he hurriedly pulled Little Gold back into the cave, quickly concealing his aura. Subsequently, Kang Chia and Little Gold saw a figure with a devilish aura rushing into the sky, darting across the small river from a short distance away. The fog of the misty star sea was too thick, coupled with the isolation of divine thoughts from probing. So Kang Chia only sensed the other party when this person was very close. If it was any closer, I'm afraid they would have been exposed. It's an out-of-body stage sealed king powerhouse. Little Gold grinned as a trace of cruel killing intent surfaced in his eyes. The person who came was indeed an out-of-body stage sealed king powerhouse, and he was also from the Devil Dao, as could be seen from the heavenly demonic aura. Previously, in the Killing Island, he had encountered the Devil's Way strong people surrounding him, and then was attacked by Ling Hongblood. Zijin was now holding his anger, just waiting to meet the Devil's Way strong people to vent it out. This out-of-body stage sealed king of the Devil Dao powerhouse had come at just the right time. Kill him. Kang Chia was also filled with killing intent. Normally, very few people came from the Sea of Misty Stars, but now that he had met a Devil Dao powerhouse here, it was obvious that this was the countless Devil Dao powerhouses that had been attracted by the news that he was hiding here. Since these people dared to come and kill him, then he would not show any mercy. All right, leave it to me. Little Gold cheered at his words and hurriedly rushed out of the cave, chasing after the figure of that Devil Dao powerhouse. Kang Chia also followed. He was afraid that Little Gold would get lost here. However, the speed of an outbreathing stage Seal King powerhouse was too slow, at least for Kang Chia and Little Gold. So they immediately chased after the outbreathing stage Seal King powerhouse, and after some severe torture, they killed him. After killing this outbreathing stage Seal King powerhouse, Kang Chia and Little Gold returned to the cave, both of their faces somewhat gloomy. From that out-of-body stage Seal King powerhouse, they learnt about some of the news that had occurred in the Orthodox demon battlefield during this period of time. The most important of them was that all the powerful people had gathered in the Sea of Misty Stars. These people were all rushing towards him, Kang Chia, and to be precise, they were rushing towards the Dawnbreaker Immortal Order. Brother, I didn't expect that the strongest people from both the righteous and demonic paths had come to the Misty Star Sea, and even the outbreathing stage Great Circle strongest people had as many as a few people. Little Gold said with a face full of gravity. A single outbreathing stage Great Circle, with Kang Chon's strength at this moment, he was naturally not afraid. But if there were a few more of them, even if Kang Chia was as powerful as he was, it would be difficult for him to defeat them with 2 fists. However, the good thing is that the Misty Star Sea is a special place, and it is impossible for those Devil Dao's out-of-body stage Great Perfection powerhouses to gather together. Thinking of this, a hint of sternness flashed in Kang Chon's eyes as he coldly laughed. Since these people are playing with the dawn-breaking immortal order's attention, then let the two of my brothers give them a hard lesson one by one. Humph. With our strength, other than outbreeding stage great perfection powerhouses, everyone else who encounters us will have to die. Killing intent erupted in little Gold's eyes. Let's go. Remember that you can't keep your hand in the fight. It has to end as soon as possible. Otherwise the loud noise of the fight will quickly attract other strong people, Kang Chia said, leaving the cave with little Gold, and began his hunting career in the Sea of Misty Stars. At this moment, the Devil Dao powerhouses in the Sea of Misty Stars did not know that Kang Chia, whom they were looking for, had already begun to secretly hunt them. In this bizarre Misty Star Sea, all the cultivators, like blind men, were slowly groping for the path and searching for directions. Some strong practitioners of the righteous and demonic factions who happened to meet each other also engaged in fierce battles, exchanging deaths and injuries. Of course, these were all battles at the level of some outbreathing stage sealed kings and sealed emperors. Like outbreathing stage invincible as well as outbreathing stage great perfection powerhouses, they rarely fought. This was the unspoken rule of the two sects of righteousness and devilry. The peak combatants of both sides would not take action against each other's low-level cultivators otherwise. With the similar strength of the righteousness and devilry, in the end, they could only lose to each other. This unspoken rule has existed since ancient times, and is the default of both sides. Just like the strongest of the king's land would not easily go to the Wind and Cloud continent. It would destroy the balance of the Wind and Cloud continent. Similarly, the strongest of the true dragon graveyard and the 18 layers of hell wouldn't easily come to the land of kings, which would similarly disrupt the balance. This so-called righteousness and devil battlefield was actually an unspoken practice place. For the higher-ups of the righteousness and devil paths, they used the brutal competition here to weed out some of the lower-level cultivators, but for those elite disciples, it was to protect them. Whether it is the right way or the devil, each of the both sides have some restraint, trying not to die fighting. Because of this end, only 2 losses. Therefore, today, this Misty Star Sea is also the same. Out of the body stage invincible strongman and out of the body stage great circle strongman will only fight with each other, and will not hunt and kill those low-level cultivators. But for Kang Chia at this moment, he couldn't care less about this subterranean rule. And when the Devil's Path powerhouses were chasing him, they didn't care about any rules either. So naturally, he wouldn't pay any attention to this so-called subterranean rule. And after a strength comparable to a great circle powerhouse of the out-of-body stage, after going berserk regardless of the rules, those Devil Path disciples in the Sea of Misty Stars immediately suffered a tragic and heavy blow. Kang Chia and Zijin teamed up and were invincible. Almost none of the Devil Dao disciples who encountered them were able to escape. In a short span of 10 days, as many as hundreds of strong Devil Dao practitioners who had entered the Sea of Misty Stars had died. Although it was true that hundreds of people were nothing to the entire orthodox demon battlefield, it was important to realize that these hundreds of people were elites, and every single one of them had strengths that were above the out-of-body stage Seal King. Therefore, the fall of these hundreds of Devil Dao powerhouses was a very big blow to the Devil Dao. Of course, the Devil's Way was naturally warlike and naturally wouldn't suffer any losses. They immediately killed the disciples of the Righteous Way without mercy when they realized that the deaths and injuries on their side had increased. In just 10 days, the Devil's Way had fallen hundreds of people. Even a fool would have guessed that the Righteous Way didn't care about the rules and had struck out indiscriminately. Since the Orthodox Dao didn't care about the rules, then how would the Devil Dao care about any bullshit rules? So immediately, there were Devil Dao powerhouses who reacted, and those invincible powerhouses at the out-of-body stage, including those powerhouses at the out-of-body stage Grand Circle, also began to strike out against orthodox Dao cultivators. No matter what, Kang Tia and Zijin were only two people, and even though they were constantly killing the Devil Dao powerhouses, compared to the Devil Dao powerhouses who had a large number of powerful people, their little battle record was immediately compared to them. After 20 days, the number of Devil Dao powerhouses that Kang Tia and Zijin had killed reached 300, while the number of Devil Dao powerhouses that had killed Orthodox Dao powerhouses had reached over 2,000. The fall of more than 2,000 people. How can this be? The righteous Dao powerhouses immediately reacted, and they knew, through some of the escaping righteous Dao cultivators, that the Devil Dao powerhouses were beginning to ignore the rules. Alright, since you Devil Paths don't care about the rules, then we in the righteous path don't care either. Thus, the strongest of the righteous and demonic paths just started to fight each other. Once the invincible outbreathing stage powerhouses and the outbreathing stage great perfection powerhouses went at it, then those outbreathing stage Seal King and Seal Emperor level cultivators would have a hard time escaping the fate of being killed.